Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Jay and today I want to take a look at a few iron farm designs that I've been playing around with to get some infinite iron for you and your friends on the servers that you're playing on. So this one here is a very basic sort of iron farm design here. We've got a villager cell with a... whoa. Whoop. If I can fly again. With a little Zombro in here. And we've just got some of the corners here blocked off so that he can walk between them and the villagers. After a while, once he walks into their view, get scared and get panicked, and then the golem spawns and he goes down here. So something like this, a very basic one with one villager cell, produces around about 3 stacks per hour. I have got a few other farm designs here though, and I'd like to check them out before I show you how to build this one, because they're all pretty much the same and they do create varying stacks of iron. So I've let all of these run for about an hour as well. This one here, we've just got the same design, but iterated twice. What we do here is you just want to make sure that there are 16 blocks in between. So you want to have 16 blocks for sure in between the two villager cells, and you can put them both together. So this one here, as you can imagine, produces about 6 stacks per hour. And then from here, I sort of thought, what if you stack them on top of each other? Can you do that? Does that affect the rates? So what we've got here is 2 of the same cells stacked on top of each other. You can see an iron golem just spawned there, and just after one spawned on the bottom layer there too. And this one too produces about 6 stacks per hour. So then I thought, what if you added 3 and put them side by side and back to back? Now this one has 6 villager cells per side, so 12 all up, and this one produces 27 stacks of iron per hour. That is insane. This next one here is the same thing but duplicated again. So there is actually 6, 12, 24 villager cells here, and remember, every villager cell has 5 villagers and 1 zombie per cell. This is just the design I'm going with, so I'm sure someone out there has a better design. And this one, in an hour, almost filled an entire double chest. That is 3,264, not including this one, iron per hour. That is insane. If you guys have a very busy server or something that you need to supply with iron, this is an insane iron farm. An entire double chest per hour. That's just mental. That is mental. Anyway, guys, let's pop back to the start here. Because as you can see, all of these from this bit all the way to this bit is all the same, right? The only thing that changes is these tunnels that I've got here down to the killing chambers. Obviously, you probably want to sort out a better storage system, because right here I've just sort of chained hoppers together. But they're very basic, very easy to build. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to actually teleport to 1,000. Oops. Need to put my name at the start. And then... Alright, so now we're far away from everything. Let's get ourselves a few blocks into the sky. Right there, and that's where we'll start. So for the base of the villager cell with the zombie, you want to go 5 by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, bit of lag there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you just want to fill that in. From here, you probably want to decide what side you want the iron golem spilling out of. It doesn't really matter too much, but then you just want to obviously have a wall around here as well, actually. So we'll go ahead and place that in. And just for the sake of like a nice design, I like to figure out where I'm going to have my iron golems coming out of. So for the sake of this one, we'll have them coming out of here. So we'll put a wall right across here, and that will be where our zombie goes. So then you want to put some carpets on top of here. You want to bring that up as well, and you want carpets down here as well so that the iron golems don't spawn in where the zombie is. Then you want to bring the wall up too high. and fill it in across here too. And what I like to do is actually put a bit of glass in here. We'll also need some beds and some, I like to just use barrels, but any sort of workstation would do. And I just like to put glass here so I can keep an eye on my villagers. If you're building it somewhere where, you know, you're not going to really be able to see in here, then you don't need the glass, of course. But it's just a design thing that I like to do. And of course, you don't need to build it out of iron blocks either. You can build it out of any sort of block that you want to use. So I think having the beds facing in, I'm not really sure if this makes a difference, but it seems to me that when the beds are facing in and they're asleep, they can actually see the zombie when he's walking past and they're asleep, and they get out of bed and start to panic. So that's all good. So we'll go ahead and put a roof on this as well. You just want to put it up one block higher than the actual walls, just so that the villagers don't suffocate. And we'll also put a roof on this one here. Next, you just want to fill in all of the possible spawning spaces with some carpets here, like so. And that's just so that no iron golems will spawn on top of this platform here where we have no way of getting them off. And then you actually want to get your villagers in here, so whether you use minecarts or a boat or anything like that. Here in creative, we're just going to use some villager spawn eggs, so we'll go ahead and pop 5 villagers in here. You don't really need 5. I think you can make this work with about 3 or so, but I just like the number 5, and I haven't actually tested it, but I just feel in my head that it may give you better rates, but that's just opinion. That's not actually tried and tested science. Next, you want to get a zombie, and we're just going to use a spawn egg here again. You would probably want to use minecarts if you're playing in survival, but you also want some name tags as well. Every zombie that you get, you're going to want 1 name tag, and of course you need an anvil to name that name tag. So we'll put the anvil down here, we'll put a name tag in there, and we'll just call this guy Zombro. And we'll put the zombie in here with the name tag. So there we go, we've got all of our villagers in place, we've got our zombie in place. Next you want to put out the platform where the iron golems will spawn. So we want to come out, we want to make this flush here and then come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just fill that in. Right, once you've got your platform all built, you just need to build up some walls too high. So bring these out here, like so, and on the other side as well. And that is actually basically the iron farm all built. Of course you need some water as well, and you're also going to want to place, once you've got the water in place, you want to place it there so it runs all the way down, and you're also going to want placed carpets on top of here as well, so the iron golems only spawn in the water there. Alright, so that is actually the bare bones of the iron farm complete. Next you just want to figure out where you want to kill your golems, so we're just going to come down a little bit here. So we've come down 5 blocks from the actual bottom platform, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, and then we'll just come across here, 1, 2, because the iron golems of course need a 2 wide gap to fall down, and then we'll bring that across, and up, oop. And then we'll just put our chest in here, so we'll get, I'm just going to use this barrel actually because I can't really be bothered trying to find the chest. And then you want some hoppers here too, which are right here. And the way I do this is just point the hoppers into there, one there, one there, one there, one there, and the same on the other side here as well. And then again, I just like to fill this in with glass, so we'll fill it in all the way up to the top. And just for design's sake, I'm just going to put an iron bar across there as well. And once you've got all of the walls filled in, you of course want to bring the carpets around as well and put them on top of here. That is of course if you're building this out in the open. If you've got blocks on top, then you don't need to worry about the carpets. Alright, so I'm going to clear my inventory here, and we're going to get some signs. Just those ones there, and some lava. There we go. And what you want to do is, the golems are 3 high, right? So you want to place on the second level some signs all the way across. Oops. And then you want to place some lava in here, and really quickly you want to fill that back in with glass. And that is actually your iron farm complete. Now, there is actually one thing that needs to happen. So for these villagers, for when they panic to spawn an iron golem, they actually need to have one work cycle and one sleep cycle as well. And I've actually got my wet daylight cycle turned off right now. So what we're going to do is just quickly go time set night, and that should set them to sleep. I'm not actually too sure if they have worked yet, but you can see they're actually getting panicked by the Zombro right here. So what we might do, just for the time being, is actually just fill this in here as well so they can't see the zombie. And that way they can sleep nice and peacefully, and we will come back very soon. Alright, now we're back. I've set the time to morning. They've started working as well. So what we're going to do now is actually just open up this zombie cage. I'll get some carpets back out as well so that we can make sure that no iron golems spawn in here. So let's place those back in here, and boom, and ba-boom. So we should start to see any day now some iron golems spawning. And there we go, we've got our first iron golem. He's about to die now, and we will get that sweet, sweet iron and poppy goodness. There we go. Now, of course, what you can do, you keep the iron for yourself, and you can actually add an item sorter as well, so that you can sort the poppies into like a little separate bone meal farm, which would be fantastic. You get an infinite supply of iron and an infinite supply of bone meal. So unless you're using a crazy amount of hoppers or something like that, or got a crazy amount of beacons, this sort of farm on a single player world would be more than enough, I reckon. More than enough. If you really want to go for it, you could double up and build one of these ones, the double cell ones or the 2 high double cell one. And then of course, if you've got a huge server that you need to supply with iron, that's where these ones would come in for sure. And yeah, something like this I think would be more than enough, where you're producing half a double chest per hour. Otherwise, this one is just overkill with a full double chest per hour. But look at it, it looks so magnificent. Oh yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, guys. I hope this comes in handy for you guys, and good luck producing all the iron you need. There will be a world download in the description below if you want to check these farms out. So I do encourage you to click that as well. If you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe if you aren't already, so you don't miss out on the next video. Till then, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.